everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. You might be wondering, Auvbri, where the hell have you been? So I'm gonna get into that in just a little bit. I just want to explain to you guys really quick what we're doing today. I decided to call this house the Modern Extension. I don't know what it is, but I have had this craving to do these old school kind of, I don't want to say British houses, because as soon as I start doing that, some British people are like, these are not British, blah, blah, blah. So let's just call them old school houses. I've had this craving of doing these old school houses and kind of do like some modern extensions to them ever since I saw this Netflix series where they did the same thing. I can't remember what it's called, but I was just like, yes, that's such a good idea. I really want to do that. So I finally got back into the game here and started doing that. So that being said, there is 3 houses in this build. Only one of them is furnished inside, the other 2 is just purely for decoration purpose, and because I wanted there to be 3 different variety of the same house, and that's why we did that. So I created these 3 different looking houses. I tried to furnish them as different as possible on the exterior, also just because the middle one, which actually has the modern extension, is the one where I tried to go somewhat a little bit more modern-esque on the exterior as well, but still keeping, you know, that old farmhouse type British look. So we went through a couple of iterations of wallpapers for the exteriors here, but I still knew in my head that I wanted to keep, you know, this really modern exterior in the back. So we have this huge modern extension with a huge roof piece that is all glass, which I just thought, oh god, it looks so good, so I couldn't help myself. We of course had to do that. And the other 2 houses, again, is only exterior. So that's the first thing we're working on right here. So what has been going on in my life in my absence of YouTube? The reason that I have been absent is because I actually quit my job. I have said this in some live streams as well. If you guys follow me on the live streams, you would know that. And I can just do a quick plug for myself here. If you want to get in on the next live streams, definitely go to my Discord server or the community tab here on YouTube on my channel, and that is the best way for you to figure out when I do live streams and stuff like that. But I have expressed in my live streams that I wasn't happy at work. I just wasn't feeling good about it, and there's something wrong, and all the long hours were just getting to me as well. So I decided to quit because I wanted to think of myself and my mental health, and quitting was the only way I could see that happening. So I quit. So I'm now currently unemployed, trying to figure out who the hell I am as a person without a work, which is really weird because I have been working ever since I was 17 or 18, and I'm 26 now, so that's a very long time. And I honestly don't know how to be unemployed. I don't know what to do. It's really weird. But yeah, that's currently what's going on with me. So I'm just trying to relax and kind of enjoy life before I start looking for some new work, because I really do want to get some new work soon, hopefully. Shouldn't be too difficult. There is a big, you know, what is it called? Like, people in Denmark are looking for chefs. Like, all restaurants around the place in Denmark are looking for chefs, and it shouldn't be that difficult for me to get a work or a job in the field that I want to. So that's good news for me. We're working on the exterior here, and you might be thinking, okay, so the middle house is the one that's supposed to have this modern extension. why does it look so farmhouse-esque from the front? It's because I wanted to keep that farmhouse, British inspired vibe to it when I started doing this, both from the front and from the back. So I chose windows on all 3 houses and doors that would fit in. And the modern extension part is just a big glass cube in the back where we have the kitchen and all that. And that's kind of my thought process behind everything. There is a lot of cutting and clipping in this clip, because if you follow me on Twitter, you would know that we had a very, very bad thunderstorm yesterday. So that would be on the 12th of June. And it was horrible. Like, I got home from a walk at 8 o'clock at night, where it started raining, and you guys know me, I love rain. Rain is bloody beautiful and fantastic, and very calming as well. And when I got home, it started to thunder and lightning like crazy, like this huge thunderstorm, which I also, again, really like because I think it's very calming, very soothing. So I walked into my apartment, turned on the light in my hallway, and 5 minutes after, every fucking light, every freaking item in my apartment shut down. There was no electricity in my apartment, and before I started my walk, I had actually started doing some more of the exterior and interior work on one of my builds that we are building on a stream called the Deserted Castle. And of course, stupid as I am, I have forgot to save. So because it shut down and I had my computer turned on in The Sims, every fucking thing was lost. The clips was lost, all the recordings, all this stuff that I'd done was lost. And I was just like, you know, screw this, I'm so over it. So I actually didn't build until last night, where I started this one and I teased it on Discord. And one of my lovely moderators, Brunetti, said that this is so out of character for you to build stuff like this. And I was just like, yeah, it is, it really is. But I didn't want to jump back into the Deserted Castle because all of the progress that I had lost, I was just like over it. So I started building something like this with a modern extension, and I'm super happy about how it turned out. So we've moved into the interior work of the build here. Now this is where it gets really interesting for me. So normally you guys know me, I have a style. It's modern. I have some few select things that I really like to do, and I try to go to mix 2 styles that I know probably wouldn't go together, but I really did my best to make it work, and I think the end result is really cool. So I tried to mix this style of farmhouse, which is a style that I've seen in a lot of shows. If you follow the YouTube channel Mr. Kate as well, it's like a makeover renovation YouTube channel where they do interior stuff and stuff like that. I love that series and that YouTube channel, really good for inspiration as well. But they have a lot of times where they do this farmhouse style, and I was like, okay, can I do this? Can I take the farmhouse style and mix it with modern? Because I know that is something people do. So I tried it. I tried it with this one, the farmhouse style, because we are in the type of build that we are in, and I thought that would work really well together with the exteriors of the builds. and the modern aspect of the modern extension. So I tried to mix it, so you're gonna see this throughout the whole build. We have this really modern looking kitchen, but then we have the piano area where we have some modern chairs, we have some old school farmhouse style type of looking furniture, and the farmhouse style bookcase as well, which I just thought blended so well together. And then I started doing the dining room space here, which is a huge space, but I love that. And I was like, okay, so we can have a really nice modern looking dining room table and chairs, and then we can accent in with these kind of more farmhouse style ish lighting fixtures on top of that, and we can have like this in between paintings, and it just, everything just came together. Also the kitchen, it's very modern looking, but the handles on the counters and cabinets really make it look like a nice mixture between farmhouse and modern, which I really like. I mean, I think this build worked out so well in my favor, and I really hope that you guys like it as well, because it is totally new for me to go in a direction like this, to mix two styles like this, and it's definitely something I'm going to experiment with. Maybe not only farmhouse and modern, but other styles as well, like bohemian and modern. I think could work really well together as well. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna try and go with in the future. We have the bathroom here, which is, again, it's modern. I tried to do some farmhouse-ish style type things with it, but it's just, you know, there's not too many items in the bathroom area that are really farmhouse-esque, so I just went with modern, clean, classic. Going into the living room space here, it is actually a huge house if you think about it. I mean, we have a lot of space going around here. I wanted to, again, really focus on the farmhouse, but bring in modern elements everywhere. So again, we have this huge wall of bookcases. I took these very nice looking, modern looking mirrors from the Get Famous expansion pack. We threw some of the new quote unquote shelving units on top of that with the nice white, finally, swatch that we had, and threw that on top of the mirrors to kind of create like this modern element, and the feeling that the shelving units actually continue throughout, so they kind of like are the same height almost as the bookcase shelvings, so I thought that was really cool as well. Then we have this old school couch, kind of modern looking but really farmhouse-ish, and then I threw in some chairs. We have a nice big poof as a table in the middle and a modern chair. We're gonna throw in some modern lights here as well, and yeah, I think it looks really cool. Modern paintings on the wall as well. Moving into the entrance hall here. Now, I honestly didn't know what to do here because we don't have a lot of space, and I knew I wanted to have the big staircase. I could have easily moved in the staircase one square, but it's it just didn't look right to me, and that's some of the things that you're not gonna see me do because I do those off camera. So I decided just to make this wardrobe area and throw in this nice big shelving unit, bookcase unit, whatever you want to call it. Not that there's that many books on it, but you know, it's a bookcase, so let's just call it what it is. And that's kind of it for the entrance hall. Before we move upstairs, I will say I totally forgot to to do the bathroom upstairs. So if you can kind of see it in the background here, if you download this house, which you can off the gallery right now, my originality is Auvbri, but if you decide to download this house, it is really easy to just copy paste the colors from downstairs and move those in to the upstairs, and everything should fit in nicely. We have a little seating area on the top floor here as well, just because it's a really awkward looking room and with not a lot of space. So I just thought, you know, seating area is always nice. We have again this mixture of modern and farmhouse, which I think again really works well together. Then we have 2 bedrooms upstairs. This is the guest bedroom that we're working on right here. Now these 2 bedrooms are identical in size and shape and placement of windows and doorways, but I decided to flip them around a bit. So the guest bedroom that we're working on right now has the bed along the narrow side of the wall, and then we have a little bit more space to put in some, you know, guest room type things, like some chairs and you know, generally nice clutter items like that. And then we move into the other bedroom where we actually flip it again, and we have the bed on the long side of the wall, because that kind of created this feeling that it's bigger. I don't think I can explain it, but you know, having the beds on the long wall makes the room feel bigger than it actually is, because your eyes perceive it to be a bigger room because you kind of have pushed something up against it, and you can see there's more space on either side of that. So I thought that was a really good idea for this room. I put in a faux fireplace here because we have a lot of chimneys on the roof, and I felt like, okay, so this room could probably have been like a room with a fireplace that is now closed up, because they do that a lot in these types of houses as well. Close up the fireplaces because they're not working or functional anymore. But yeah, here we have the video tour. So this is the entrance. Again, I really hope you like what I did in this build. It's really new for me to go in a style like this, to mix these 2 very different styles into something new. And I think it worked really well, especially here in the downstairs, in the living room space, and in the big dining room area, kitchen area thing. I think it looks really nice, and also the color scheme is very muted, but we throw in some splashes of blue and greens, which I think looks really nice. Here we have the 1 bathroom, and I love the thing that I did with the mirrors and the painting, making it look like one big cohesive thing. Now remember, if you want to get this built, again, it is on the gallery right now, along with all my other builds that I've done and uploaded here to the channel. My origin ID is Auvbri, just like the channel name, and you should be able to find every single thing that I've done, or you can follow the link in the description down below for the gallery download page. I only upload on the gallery, so that is the only way you can get my builds, and it's also the easiest way for you to get the builds, honestly. If you don't have a valid or like a legal version of the game, I'm sorry, but I just don't support that. If we don't support the developers, they are just gonna stop making games because they're not earning any money. So go download it on the gallery. Again, origin ID is Auvbri, or link in the description down below. But seeing that I have a lot more free time now, that I'm without work. No, I'm just kidding. I am probably gonna be uploading a lot more to YouTube, so definitely stay tuned on the channel for even more builds as we take some last looks of the outside here of the last builds. I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Remember, you can go to my Discord server. There's a link in the description down below as well. And go join the server, where there's tons of information about what I'm currently up to, what's gonna happen on the channel, and streams and inspiration, all that kind of good stuff. And you can kind of get teasers into what I'm currently working on, like for example this build that I teased last night. So So yeah, just go join the server. It's a really cool place to hang out. And as we take a look at the last of the video tour here, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave it a big like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let's see if we can't get the channel to 100k. And there's nothing else for me to say other than have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye!